Is the new Honolulu J2FC Plus long handle the best new pickleball paddle of 2025? Well, that's what we're here to figure out today. Hey guys, my name is Alex, and this is Dwell Time Pickleball. Honolulu's newest paddle, the FC Plus, offers a plush yet powerful feel off the face. And if you're in the market for a new paddle, this might just be the paddle for you. All right, let's sink right into it. So starting off, going over the specs, this paddle uses an EPP, expanded polypropylene full foam core, surrounded by a thick layer of EVA foam. The handle on this paddle is 6 inches long, but it plays more like 5.75 inches. The swing weight of this paddle is 110 out the box, so very light. And mine paddle came in at 8.1 ounces with a swing weight of 110. So perfect for adding lead tape or tungsten tape on the sides if you want to broaden that sweet spot a little bit. It comes with a 1-year warranty and is USAP approved for sanctioned play. So the standout of this paddle here is the EPP core surrounded by that EVA layer of foam around the outside. This gives it a diving board-like effect and gives it that very Gen 3-like feel you associate with other paddles such as the Yola Pro 4 Perseus. The combination of these two gives it a very Gen 3-like feel and improves dwell time while maintaining a controlled and powerful feel through the ball. This paddle has a triple layer carbon fiber face layup in contrast to the J2NF, which is the notched foam brother of this, which has a carbon fiber fiberglass carbon fiber layup, which gives it a slightly more poppy feel compared to the FC Plus. I actually prefer the FC Plus because I've played with both, and this just feels like it pockets the ball more, that dwell time we all talk about, and I just think makes drive drop hybrid shots even better on this paddle. So how does this play on court? Because we can talk about it all we want. We can go over all the specs we want. If it doesn't hit well in the court, all those go out the door. Let me tell you, this might just be one of the best, if not the best paddle I've ever picked up and used. Off the bat, almost no adjustment time. I mean, I got right into the game with this, started with no weight, and I was ripping spin on drives. My top spin drops and drives had never been better than they have with this paddle. I do come from a tennis background, so the longer handle version of this paddle felt very natural in my hands, and I was able to do my tui with no problem. So that is definitely one of the standout features of this paddle. Also, you notice it has a very gritty texture, very gritty, and that just makes the slower dinks and slower drive drop hybrid combo shots even better with that grit on there. So who is this paddle for? I would say this paddle is for everyone. I mean, from a beginner all the way to an advanced player, anyone should be able to pick up this paddle and use it. The only players that I may not recommend this paddle for are players that are really high-level advanced players, say 5.0 and above, who just really want the max power and pop. If you're one of those players, you might prefer the Selkirk Boomstick or even the Yola Pro 4s because they do have noticeably more pop than this. But for the vast majority of people, this paddle is more than enough power and does everything else excellently. Going over a quick list of the pros and cons, there's definitely not very many cons with this, but I will get into a couple. As for the pros, the spin is excellent on this paddle. The dwell time, the feel, the power is excellent. Definitely a very powerful paddle, but I would not call it top tier power. I would say this is on the lower end of the power spectrum, right around my 11.624 Vapor Power. A little bit maybe more power and drives in that, but less pop than that. So it's kind of in that realm. So if you're used to that level of power, I would say this is a controllable power. Also, another notable pro is the longer handle version of this paddle. I had the original J2K from back in the day, and my only gripe with that paddle, aside from it not being quite powerful enough, was the shorter handle, and this just totally resolves that. Also, this paddle does come with a 1-year warranty and is USAP approved. The only two cons I see with this are, one, it is a little bit more expensive than some of the new all foam core paddles that have come out recently, like the Rhombus Quanta. and the Vatic V-Sole. Those come in at $99 and offer similar performance to this, albeit I think this is a better paddle than both of those. But if you're price conscious, those might be a better move. Also, this does have a slightly softer feel, and some players, like I mentioned before, may not prefer that and may want max power. So if you're chasing max power, this is definitely not the paddle for you. But for most people, say 95% of people, this is more than enough power. And honestly, if you're a newer player, any more power than this is probably going to get you in trouble in the kitchen. So to wrap up, this Honolulu J2FC Plus offers a rare blend of control, power, pop, and spin that is just almost unmatched in other paddles. I mean, it really is the full package. The standout feature of this to me really are the drives. I've just never hit better top spin drives in my life than I have with this paddle. And my backhands have never felt better than they have with a two-handed long handle on this paddle. I think this paddle is very versatile. It does it all. Dinks feel great. Resets feel natural. And putaways are great. Overheads are fantastic on this. Aside from drives, overheads are probably my second favorite part. I can put balls away no problem with this. As promised, I want to go into my weight setup. So I started out originally doing 6 inches of 0.5 gram per inch tape from below the cheeks or the bottom edge of the paddle up above to about the middle of the paddle. So 6 inches of 0.5 gram per inch. But I've since changed to 1 gram per inch tungsten tape. So 3 grams on either side for a total of 6 grams. And this just gives you that slight extra twist weight and that slight extra power on drives. I do think that gives it a notable improvement, not significant, but notable. And I would recommend putting weight on the sides because it comes in at 110 swing weight, which is very manageable for most people. And I think most people probably would benefit from the weight, but definitely not necessary. Also, last thing, if you're wondering what grips I use the ADV Felt Tack Dry Over Grip, very similar to the tennis Tourna grip, if you're familiar with that. These just are a little thicker. So if the handle is a thinner handle like this one, I like these. But if it's a thicker handle like the Quanta, I would probably use the Tourna grip because on a hot day, there's nothing like a dry over grip. To wrap up, the Honolulu J2FC Plus offers a rare blend of power, control, and spin, and is also nimble in the hands. If you want to play a mix of dinking, drives, drops, and you just want a paddle that does it all out the box, this is for sure the paddle for you. Let me know your thoughts. Would you go all foam? Are you planning to stick to polypropylene paddles like the current Yolas? Also, do you prefer the slightly stiffer feel of the J2NF or the slightly softer feel of the FC Plus? Let me know down in the comments. And thanks again for watching. This is Dwell Time Pickleball, Alex. I hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.